Hello and hi everyone. Now today we discuss about Hoffman and Kunze linear algebra book solutions chapter 6 subchapter invariant direct sum 6.7 जो पेज नंबर 218. We discuss about questions first. Let E be a projection of V and T be a linear operator on V, then prove that range of E is invariant under T if and only if ETE equal TE, and prove that both the range and the null space of E are invariant under T if and only if ET equal TE. Now solution. Let range of E equal R and null space of E equal N, and we know that V equal R and V equal R plus direct sum into N. Now let alpha belongs to V, then alpha equal alpha 1 plus alpha 2, where alpha 1 belongs to R matlab range of E, and alpha 2 equal null space of E. This representation is unique. Now we want to show sufficient condition. So then T of R subset R, then हमें प्रूव करना है कि range of E is invariant under T if and only if ETE equal TE. Then T of R subset R. This means range of E is invariant under T. Now ETE alpha equal ET alpha 1, because T of alpha 1 belongs to R and ET alpha 1 equal T alpha 1 होता है. Then इसको सॉल्व करेंगे तो आएगा T of alpha 1, मतलब ETE alpha equal T of alpha 1, equation number first, and TE alpha equal T of E into alpha 1 plus alpha 2, then T of alpha 1, चूँकि because T E alpha 1 plus E alpha 2, and E of alpha 1 equal alpha 1, but E of alpha 2 equal to 0 because this belongs to null space. Then it is T of alpha 1. This is equation second. From equation first and second, ETE alpha equal TE alpha. Then so we can write ETE equal TE. Now for the converse part, let ETE equal TE. Then we prove T of E subset R. So let B belongs to R range and this implies B belongs to E alpha. Then T of B equal T of E alpha, and T of E alpha equal ETE alpha. Then it's right E of T in B equal T of B. So E T of B equal T of B. Then we can write T of B belongs to R. This implies T of R subset R. Now for the second part, that prove that R and N are invariant under T if and only if E T equal T E. Then sufficient part. So T of R subset R, because R and N are invariant under T, and T of N subset N. Let alpha belongs to V and alpha equal alpha 1 plus alpha 2, where alpha 1 belongs to R and alpha 2 belongs to N. Then E T of alpha equal E of T alpha 1 plus T alpha 2 equal E T of alpha 1, because T of alpha 1 belongs to R and T and of alpha 2 belongs to N, and this is 0 because belongs to null space. Then it is T of alpha 1, and T of E alpha equal T of E alpha 1 plus alpha 2 equal to T of E alpha 1 plus E alpha 2 equal to T of E alpha 1, as E alpha 2 equal 0, and this is equal to T of alpha 1. This implies ET alpha equal TE alpha. For the converse part, let ET equal TE. Then we prove that R and N are invariant under T. Let alpha belongs to N. Now, is T of alpha belongs to N? If T of alpha belongs to N, then E of T alpha equal 0. Now, E of T equal TE. So, E of T alpha equal T of E alpha, and E alpha equal 0, then is equal to 0. So, E of T alpha equals 0. This implies T alpha belongs to N. So, T of N subset N. Now, let alpha belongs to R. Then E of alpha equal alpha. Then apply T on both sides. Then T E alpha equal T of alpha, and E T alpha equal T alpha, as E T equal T. Then E of T alpha equal T alpha. Then T alpha belongs to R. So, T of R subset R. Then prove that R and N are invariant under T if and only if E of T equal T of E. Now, question number 2. Let T be a linear operator on R square, and the matrix of which in the standard order basis is 2, 0, 1, 2. Let W1 be the subspace of R square spanned by the vector E1 equal 1, 0. Then first part, prove that W1 is the invariant under T, and the second part is prove that there is no subspace W2 which is invariant under T and which is complementary to W1, and R square equal W1 direct sum W2. Solution. First part, W1 equal 1, 0. Let B is a standard basis on R square. Then B is 1, 0 and 0, 1. Then T of B equal 2, 0, 1, 2. Then T of B 1, 0 equal 2, 0, 1, 2. Multiply with 1, 0. Then 2, 0 equal to 2 common लेंगे तो 1, 0. So T of 1, 0 equal 2, 1, 0. Then T of W1 subset W1. This implies W1 is invariant under T. And for the second part, T of B equal 2012, then T of B 01 equal to 012 multiply with 01 equal to 12. It means T of 01 equal 12. This implies T of W2 not a subspace of W2. This implies W2 is not invariant under T. Now, question number 3. Let T be a linear operator on a finite dimensional vector space V, and let R equal range of T and N equal null space of T. Then prove that R and T are independent if and only if V equal R direct sum N. Now, solution. First part. Let R and N are independent. Then for alpha belongs to R and B belongs to N, this implies alpha plus B equal 0, because R and N are independent. Then alpha plus B equals 0, and alpha equals 0, B equal 0. Let A belongs to R intersection N. This implies A plus minus A equal R. This implies A equals 0. This implies R intersection N equal 0. Now R plus N is a vector space of V, and dimension of R plus N equal dimension of R plus dimension of N minus dimension of R intersection N, and dimension of R intersection N equal to 0, because R intersection N equal 0. Then dimension of R plus dimension of N, or dimension of R plus dimension of N equal dimension of V, because from rank nullity theorem. So V equal R plus N, as R plus N is vector space of V and dimension of R plus N equal dimension of V, then V equal R plus N. And also we know we say that V equal R direct sum N, because R intersection N equal 0. And for the converse part, V equal R direct sum N, then we prove that R and N are independent. V equal R direct sum N. This implies R intersection N equals 0. Let alpha belongs to R and B belongs to N such that alpha plus B equals 0. This implies alpha equal minus B. And alpha belongs to R intersection N, then alpha equals 0 and B equals 0. So R and N are independent. Now, question number 5. Let T be the diagonalizable linear operator on R cube, which we discussed in example 3 of section 6.2. Use the Lagrange's polynomial to write the representing matrix A in the form A equal E1 plus 2E2 and E1 plus E2 equal I, and also E1 into E2 equal 0. Now from example 3 of section 6.2, matrix A equal 5 minus 1 3 minus 6 4 minus 6 minus 6 2 minus 4. Then the characteristic polynomial of A is x minus 1 into x minus 2 ka whole square. So the eigenvalues equal 1 and 2. Let C1 equal 1 and C2 equal 2. So by the Lagrange's polynomial corresponding to C1, P1x equal x minus C2 upon C1 minus C2. C2 की वैल्यू 2 and C1 की वैल्यू 1. Then x minus 2 upon 1 minus 2 equal minus x plus 2. And Lagrange's polynomial corresponding to C2 equal P2x equal to x minus C1 upon C2 minus C1 equal to x minus 1 upon 2 minus 1. then x minus 1. चूँकि P1 T equal E1 and P2 T equal E2, so E1 equal P1A equal to P1 of x equal minus x plus 2, then it can be write minus a plus 2 into I. Then E1 equal minus a plus 2i, then minus a प्लस 2i. इसको सॉल्व करेंगे, देन ये मैट्रिक्स आएगी -3 1 -3 6 -2 6 6 -2 एंड 6. एंड सेम फॉर E2 इक्वल a minus I इक्वल 4 -1 3 -6 3 -6 -6 2 -5. Then we saw that E1 plus 2 E2 equal a. Now E1 plus 2 E2 equal -3 1 -3 6 -2 6 6 -2 6 plus 8 -2 6 -12 है 6 -12 है -12 है 4 -10. Then we add them and is equal to a. Now we also saw that E1 plus E2 equal I. Then E1 plus E2 की वैल्यू रखेंगे, then ये equal to I and E1 into E2 equal also is 0 matrix. It's true. Now question number 6. Let A be the 4 cross 4 matrix in example 6 of section 6.3. Find matrices E1 into E3 such that A equals C1 E1 plus C2 E2 plus C3 E3 and E1 plus E2 plus E3 equal I and EI is A equal 0 where I not equal to Z. Solution. A matrix of A equal 0 1 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 0 1 0. Then its characteristic polynomial is x into x minus 2 into x plus 2. Then eigenvalues of A equals 0 2 and minus 2. Let C1 equals 0 C2 equal 2 and C3 equal minus 2. Then Lagrange's polynomial corresponding to C1. P1x equal x minus C2 into x minus C3 upon C1 minus C2 into C1 minus C3 equal to x minus 2 x plus 2 upon 0 minus 2 into 0 plus 2. Then P1 of x equal to 1 minus 1 by 4 into x square minus 4. Now Lagrange's polynomial corresponding to C2. P2x equal x minus C1 into x minus C3 upon C2 minus C1 into C2 minus C3. Then P2x equal to 1 by 8 x square plus 2x. And same for the C3 and P3x equal to 1 by 8 x square minus 2x. So E1 equal minus 1 by 4 x square minus 4 equal minus 1 by 4 a square minus 4. E2 equal 1 by 8 x square plus 2x equal to 1 by 8 into a square plus 2a. And E3 equal 1 by 8 x square minus 2x. Then it's 1 by 8 into a square minus 2a. चूँकि a स्क्वायर इक्वल a इंटू a मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो a स्क्वायर इक्वल 2 0 2 0 0 2 0 2 2 0 2 0 0 2 0 2 ये मैट्रिक्स आगा. नाउ E1 इक्वल minus 1 by 4 into a square minus 4i. Then put values a square and 4i. Then E1 equal this one. And further E2 equal 1 by 8 a square plus 2a. Then E2 equal this one. And similarly E3 equal 1 by 8 a square minus 2a. Then E3 equal this one. Now we want to show that a equals C1 E1 C2 E2 plus C3 E3 where C1 equals 0 C2 equal 2 C3 equal minus 2. So a equals C2 E2 plus C3 E3. Then a equal put C2 and E2 C3 E3 values. Then a equal 0 1 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 0 1 0. And we also prove that E1 plus E2 plus E3 equal I. Then it equal I. Now question number 9. Let V be the vector space of continuous real valued function on the interval -1 1 of the real line. Let WE be the subspace of even functions f of minus x equal f of x, and let W0 be the subspace of odd functions f of minus x equal minus f of x. Then first part show that V equal WE direct sum WO, and second part if T is in indefinite integral operator T f of x equals 0 to x f of t dt. Are WE and W0 invariant under T? Solution. First part, let f belongs to V, then we write f of x equal f of x plus f of minus x plus f of x minus f of minus x by 2 equal to f of x plus f of minus x by 2 plus fx minus f of minus x by 2. Now we observe that f of ex equal f of x plus f of minus x by 2. It is a continuous even function, and f ox equal fx minus f of minus x by 2 is a continuous odd function. Hence f equal fe plus fo, that is v equal we plus wo. Now we show that v equal we direct sum wo. Then we need to show that we intersection wo equal 0. Now let G belongs to we intersection wo. This implies G belongs to we. This implies G of minus x equals G of x, and G belongs to wo. This implies G of minus x equal minus G of x. Thus we get G of x equal minus G of x or G of x equal 0 for all x belongs to minus 1 to 1. This implies G equal 0. This implies V equal we direct sum wo. Now for the second part, let f of x equal x belongs to wo. This implies T of fx equal x square by 2. This is not belongs to wo. And let G of x equal x square belongs to we. This implies T of G of x equal x cube by 3. This is not belongs to we. Thus neither we or nor wo is invariant under T. Thanks for watching.